Welcome to another live stream on Custom Stream Clinton. Hey, Indiana Chris, welcome to you to my stream on the morning stream. Nice to see you here. We're here to do a morning live stream for I haven't done in a long time. We figured to do one this morning, and so let me explain to everybody what I'm usually about. I'm usually a screen printer. This channel is what it is, but we're having the chat as well. So what's up there, Chris? Indiana Chris, here. What's going on, man? What's up? How's the weather over where you are? Did you get snow? I hope a lot of, hey, Porchman, how you doing, man? What's going on, dude? What's going on, dude? Jessica, here's a lake. Oh, really? Portrait, you can come up. The link's in the panel. Link's on the chat. Oh, yeah. Oh, really? Wow. While you're eating your dinner, Portrait, I'm eating my breakfast this morning. I'm eating late. What is the one below wind chill? Wow. Jeez. Uh-huh. Tonight I am. Right now it's a morning stream right now. There we go. Well, we're here today to have a morning stream. Hope everyone's doing well today. And we get my cord from my phone. I have it hooked up. I just have to pull the long cord over. All right. Okay. Well, I had to get a hold of the Federal Trade Commission this one to make a complaint against a company by the name of Macari.com. I don't like this background. This thing's driving me nuts. Background, take this out. All right, the problem I'm calling on them for, I don't know if you people are aware of them, but they sell things online, like phones and computers and anything that's on there, they have it. Okay. The only thing I have a problem with them is they don't protect us as the person that buys things from them. We can go buy something from them, but they don't care what the seller's selling you. If they say, oh, yeah, they said, oh, like for instance, hey, what's the truth? I'll show you something, right? Maybe I'll give you an example. See this box? This is what I'm talking. See the phone? I bought this phone from them, right? For a woman on there. Good morning, Neil. What's the truth? I think your name's Brian, I think. Good morning, Brian. And she sold this to me for $43.44. Okay. She said, and look in the statement, in her statement on her page. Now, this is what Macari does. I'm going to tell you what they do. Sometimes they do shady stuff. This lady said she never used this phone, never activated it, never used it. All right. So when I bought it, I thought, oh, wow, this phone was brand new. She never used it. I opened this phone up. I tried to sign up for it. What's the truth? Do you have 2 channels? Hey, what's the truth? Do you have 2 channels? Someone else is acting like him. But anyway, I tried to sign into this, and it asked me for a personal PIN. And you don't ask for a personal PIN because when they did that, I bought one at Amazon, brand new. Okay, Amazon, and this is not bought from Amazon, but this is bought from Macari. I bought one from Amazon. You have to put your email in there, and you have to make up a PIN. So this is something fishy about it. So I went to the Attorney General to make a complaint. They gave me the Federal Trade Commission, and they're going to look into this because I think this phone is stolen. Why do I say it's stolen? What proof do I have? Well, my new Motorola Pure G, because this is Motorola Pure G from Macari. That one is from Amazon. And I had to set it all up to use it. But this one, asking for a personal PIN. So I went to Straight Talk to put minutes, and they said, oh, don't worry, we'll unlock and we put your minutes in the phone. And little did they know, I told them it was a personal PIN, but say, oh, that might unlock when we put the minutes in. It didn't unlock. The minutes were stuck in here for a while. Until until Straight Talk took it out. They took all the minutes out. So when they did, my minutes went in my Motorola G Pure phone from Amazon. And the lady must have a Cash App on this thing. Because the Cash App I had her name in that Cash App, her email. Her name was Leslie, but I didn't know they had the rest of it encrypted. So what they did is they put her email in my Cash App, and Cash App canceled me. It was fishy about that too, because it had that name in that email in that Cash App. So I was like, so what the heck is this email? So when that happened, I contacted the Attorney General, and I told them all what happened. And they're going to look into it. They're still investigating. And they gave me a number for the Federal Trade Commission that deals with businesses. So I left them a message this morning and told them I put the word Macari and I gave them my number, saying I was dealing with Macari, I need to talk to you. But they don't want to put in complete details in the message. But I said one thing, and that's it. And this phone is hot. It's stolen. And the note here, what I took off of Macari, because they had an ad mirror on there that took everything off. I tried to talk to her. They took an ad mirror and took it off the website. They tried to hide it. But I have everything in here. All the information, her name and everything about the woman that sold it. So if you want to deal with Macari, don't deal with him for phones. Because now I don't trust him. I don't deal with him anymore. Because when that happened, I don't trust him anymore. Because they don't protect you as you buying things from a seller on there. No, because if you're buying the phone from them, like I bought that one. See, I bought phones from them before, and they were good. Don't buy a Motorola G phone from them, though. But I bought a few S7 Samsungs from them. I bought a J7 Pro. That was real. But don't buy any phones that need to be unlocked. That's the one thing you got to see. You can make a description. You can deal with them, but be careful. If you see a Motorola phone on there or an iPhone, don't buy them. You can buy a Samsung phone from them. I did 3 phones from them, and they were fine. But the Motorola G phone, do not buy that kind of phone. Don't buy an iPhone. Just buy a Samsung Galaxy. That will work. Okay. Let me show you something. Let me show you. Okay. Let me explain. All right. This is Motorola Pure G phone. It's a business phone now. This here was from Macari. I bought the cases. This is a S7 Samsung S7. It's fine. This is a J7 Samsung J7 Pro. It's fine. These phones are good. I can still activate these and go to T-Mobile and use them as a regular phone. There's nothing wrong with these Samsung phones. The only one you have to watch out for is this kind of phone here. That's only you got to just make a descript. You have to be your own. So you can still deal with them, but be careful. Can't get this out of here now. Don't buy this kind of phone. Motorola phones. These are bad phones. Let me tell you why. Because they have a firewall in this phone. Now, if you want to buy this kind of phone, go on Amazon. It's very cheap. But this has a firewall in this phone. That's why it's like that. People don't know that, but they have a firewall in this that protects your personal information. I like that. But I'm not saying Macari's bad all the way. I'm just saying use use common sense. Use common sense. Because I bought these other phones from them, and these are beautiful. They work good. I clean slated them. I got them. Nothing's in these days no more. But they're clean slated. But these phones always did me well. They work beautiful. I even bought phone cases from them and everything, and they're beautiful. But you have to use your own. You have to use common sense. That's right. What's the truth? Be very careful what you buy on there. I bought a laptop on this. It's awesome. But then that one phone. See, the lady didn't realize she was selling a phone. She didn't realize that phone. She might have stole it from someone. I don't know. But that phone, she didn't realize that's a firewall on that phone. That's the best phone I ever bought from Amazon. The best phone that protects your data. And I'm telling you, folks, this phone protects your data. This Motorola G Pure. And this is my card reader from Square. But this is the whole thing I like about this. No one can break this phone, break in. If you lost this phone or someone stole it, like the lady probably stole that phone, she didn't realize that you can't use it. That's probably why she sold it, because she couldn't open it. That's what I'm thinking. She stole someone's phone and tried to open it, and she couldn't, so she clean slated it, and she put it on Macari. I'm not saying all phones are bad. I don't know about the iPhones. I don't know if the iPhone is locked. But let me show you. Now, I wanted to see. I bought this from Macari. This one. This is an iPhone. My girlfriend gave me hell for this too. The reason why I knew something was wrong with this, because this is not a real iPhone. This is a store display model. Okay, this is what they sell. Someone was selling. They told me it wasn't being accurate. That doesn't matter. Why I took this is because I wanted to see what an iPhone looked like. It wasn't that expensive. It was very cheap, and I wanted to see what it looked like. And my girlfriend gave me hell with spending money. You say you spend it foolish. She was right, but I wanted to find. I explained to her. I wanted to find out what it looked like, and this phone is a display model phone. The guy that had it didn't know, or he did know, but it didn't matter anyway, because I wanted to see this old phone what it was looking like. This phone is very weird looking, but I just wanted to see what it looked like. That's all. It's no big deal about that. I don't like iPhones anyway, but I like my Samsung phones, and I like my I'm all Samsung fan myself. But be careful what you deal with them. You know, they said I can sell things on there, but if I sold things, they won't be done dishonestly. Not me. I don't run my t-shirt business either. I like Android myself. These are Android. That's an Android phone. This trackable Android. This is an Android. That's an Android. These work beautiful. This is an Android too, but this is a. If you want to get a good phone, Chris, buy one of these on Amazon. They got a firewall and this protects your personal information. This is the best phone I ever owned because this protects you. Because when it comes on, it says, but protection by. Let me see what it says. Hold on. Power Shield, I think they call it. Android. And I called. I'll explain it to you right in a minute. I called the Motorola company up too. And this is the most best phone I ever owned. Is this one? Oh, okay. So do I. I did too, but I didn't like the government phones. I went out and bought an Android. So they gave me junk phones, so I didn't deal with that anymore. Think Shield protection. So I called the Motorola company up and I asked them, how can I get into this phone? That phone I bought at Macari. She said, I'm sorry, sir, it's a Chinese lady that talked to me. Because that's what they are. She had to put a personal pin in this, yeah? And she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir, you can't get into the phone because it's like a vault. We have a virus protection and firewall in it. You can't break into it." So I said, "Wow." I said, "Really?" So I was like, "Wow," you know. And so she told me that phone you can't do it if someone owned that phone and had a personal pin. She said they should know what the pin number is. So something went in my mind saying, that girl stole that phone. She might have had a son that wasn't listening to her, and she took his phone and erased it and tried to sell it. I don't know. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know, but they wouldn't allow me to talk to her on Macari about it. That's why I don't like them. So I reported them to the Trade Commission. And I think after a while they'll end up regulating those websites. But these both are from Macari, and these are good phones. These are both Android. This is an S7. All right, this is an S7. This is a J7 Pro. I also bought this at Macari too. This one. This is pretty good. Um, so use your common sense. You go on there, buy something on there. Be careful what you do. Ask questions. Read the description on the website. And if it seems fishy, if you see a phone saying it's been blocked, it's been locked, it's locked, and don't buy it. Look for only unlocked phones, Android phones. Don't buy an iPhone that's locked or a Motorola G Pure. If you want one of those phones, you can go on Amazon and buy one. It's best that way. But I like this phone. I really think this phone is really good. I feel safe with this phone for my business. That's why I wanted to put my card reader on here. And I'm going to put my card reader on here because it's safe. So anyway, I hope more people come in this morning and join me on my live stream. I put my subscriber more than 10 minutes. No more than 10 minutes. So people don't want to come in, they back out. I'm sorry about that. It's because I need to keep my phone safe, and I mean my YouTube channel safe from trolls. But I have hey Rita, how you doing? Okay, all right, no problem. So the whole thing is that you got to be careful what you deal with when you're dealing with online. Because I learned a lot since then, so we have to use our common sense for what we do when we deal with online in certain places. Amazon's good though. Mercari is all right, but they have their issues. Don't buy a Motorola phone on there though. Let's go look up there, see what they have on that website. See what they say. All right. Webcams are good. Let's see what they have in there. That's an old phone. That is old. Old as grandma's mountains. J7. That's an old phone. I have one in here in my possession. They have iPhones in here. Okay. iPhones. Samsung Galaxy 803. Is that a track phone or is that a Samsung 803 unlocked? Okay. Who's their provider? No, you can't use it unless you have a T-Mobile account. That's not good. Track phone don't honor them anymore. All right, 144 5phone XR unlocked. Okay. Motorola E Play, $20. What are they saying about this one? That's a dangerous phone. $20, good condition. Fifth grade generation, when I take it by others. Alex. $20 he's only selling that for. Holy crap. Something's fishy about it. We'll see how much the shipping and handling is here. 20, I wouldn't buy it, but 20 plus $7.40 shipping and handle. $7.40. $27.40. That's cheap. Now what is the matter with this? Black and gigabyte of the network. Cell phone accessories, good condition, no. Barely used. Yeah, right. Like you always say. Verizon. Verizon. I wouldn't buy it. That's sure phones. I stay away from them. Samsung Galaxy A14, $145. Let's see what they say about this one. Let's see. New Samsung. If it's new, how come unlocked? Okay, 128. A14 black. Okay. Um, okay. Now, what is the matter? Can never open the original packaging. Never open the original packaging. That's weird. No, unlocked, but it's an original pack. That's something fishy about that. I'm sorry. I don't think so. See, the whole problem I'm pointing out is Macari saying this now. Yeah, one phone in here, as a lot of them unlocked. Pro 18 Apple. They're expensive phones. Galaxy, Samsung Galaxy, someone bought an iPhone XR for $87 sold. Okay. Some people bought iPhones on here, no complaints. You just don't buy a Motorola G Play. Someone has for $63, I wouldn't buy it. I would not trust those phones. I learned my lesson. 64 Motorola G Pro. See this one. They're saying about this one. Who's selling? Let me see. Free shipping. Oh wow. JPL Flash Gray used. Uh-oh. Cricket. Oh boy, here we go. Will come with child box. Good condition. Used. Sorry, don't trust you. I wouldn't trust those phones if you give me a Motorola G style phone, 380, 4819, brand new in the box. Okay. Unplugged. Nope. What's that one? UL phone, ROG 3 pinwheel, 107 OS cellular phone. Like a Walmart phone. Holy crap. Oh boy, this is funny. Trying to teach people what not to deal with and everything. Apple iPhones, you see them unlocked, they're safe. But 5G 179, okay. I never heard that one before. Motorola G6. Don't buy it, it's no good. Motorola G7, don't buy it, no good. A lot of people are buying iPhone, the OnePlus 7 Pro 5G, 1 Plus. What the hell is that? All the iPhones are being sold. LGs are all right. They're like an LG product. Samsung 23, 25, 6 gigabytes, all in the box, brand new. iPhone X64. iPhones. Some guy S9, 7310. That's what they say about this one. Fair condition. Fair condition. What you do? Throw it on the street? Fair condition. It don't sound right. Don't buy one like that. Just pointing things out to everybody on here. TrackPhone 2, 2398. Motorola G, prepaid. Motorola. Huh. Mobile, prepaid. Don't buy one of those. Red Apple iPhone 8. Total wireless LGs. You don't go in there and buy those phones. No good. It's on a lot of Motorola phones on there, and one's from Cricket. That's from T-Mobile and can't remember the other company. Don't buy those phones. Stay away from the Motorola's. If you're gonna buy a phone from anywhere, go to Amazon. I think it's best to go to Amazon. Amazon is better to be rely on. They're trustful. Without Macari. But anyway, we're here to do a live stream this morning, and I'm trying to get into the morning mode here. Trying to get my friends back in here in the morning streams because I don't want people, you know. I put the drivers mode back on back on 5-minute mode in case new subscribers try to come in. Or want to check my channel out. Just be respectful. Don't come in here starting issues because if you do, you're going to be booted out of here. But one thing is, I'm trying to see every time I come on a live stream, I call it random, right? Why I call it random is we talk about a lot of other things on there. I talk about my channel, what I do. I talk about other things that I learned and want to share with other people. But I like Amazon Prime. I admit I bought a carving tool from them, right? Like a grinding tool you write on wood. And it broke, okay? It wasn't working. I called them up. They told me ship it back. I shipped it back. They gave my money back. They're pretty good at things. Nobody's perfect. Stores do have just what do you call it? Defective items. Nobody's perfect. But Amazon's good. They refunded my money without an issue. They're good. I love Amazon Prime. I deal with them. That's where I got my beautiful Motorola phone Pure G from. It's from them. So that's where I got it from. And I like Amazon. Don't even remind me. You keep reminding me. Okay, Indiana Chris. Nice seeing you. Have a good day. God bless you. So what we have to do today is that we have to every day we have to get a perspective on what we're doing with our channels. Because what you do on your channels tells people what you are like. And what you will like and what your channel is going to become. Now, I know everybody has a skill, and I know that everybody has a skill they can do on their channels, and I know everybody can do a real good job on their channels. And you have to work at it like a job. You gotta keep working at it. It always takes consistency of how you want to run your channel, your YouTube channel. You can even run shorts and make a lot of money on YouTube. But you gotta know what people want to see. You gotta just what you call put up a video and see what people think. Do an experiment, what they want to see, and what your channel is about. Now, What's the Truth channel is about topics. The Quilting Chicken Farm channel is about making quilts. That's Rita Roost. I don't know if What's the Truth is still here or not. What's the Truth? You still here, man, or what? You still here? What's the Truth? So what we have to do is we have to show people. Now some YouTubers, I don't know about them all. Now I learned this a long time ago, since 2013. Okay, I know that some YouTubers, a lot of YouTubers I ran into, don't like a guy being open-minded and tough with your voice, tough behind your personality. They don't like that in a person. They want someone timid, like someone like what can I make an example? If you have a person that's quiet, and they don't speak up to people, they like you. If you speak up, they hate you. And I know because I spoke up to a lot of YouTubers, and they don't like me because of it. And that's why I had trouble growing my channel, because they thought I was too open and open about, if I speak my mind, they don't like you on YouTube. They don't like you. They don't like you on YouTube because you're too open-minded. They want to hear you lie. They want to hear a lie instead of hearing the truth. But I won't do that. If I want to tell someone, I'm going to tell them. That's the way I am. I can't change the way I am. But I did mellow out some, though. I didn't say I didn't. I did. But I mellowed out over the years. I'm not as much as I used to like. I used to be like that. Not much anymore. But anyway, I try to keep a clear thinking, a level head, if you might as well, See, I think before I speak now. I don't used to do that, but I do now. I think before I speak. I never used to, but I do now. Um, But people shouldn't be judging people. Don't judge the book by its cover, because what's inside the book you don't know. Okay, you can't judge people while you think how you think they really are by looking at a person. You have to get to know the person before you try to judge them. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. So next time and then you have trolls out there on YouTube, which I told them on my worship channel, and I'll tell them on here. If you speak about someone, you're not safe behind that monitor. I'm going to tell you that right now. Why aren't you safe behind the monitor? Because God can see you behind that monitor. The God of the universe can see you. So if you're thinking about harassing somebody like me, you better think twice of it. Because what you do, your mouth will get you into trouble. It says in the Bible, Revelation 20, verse 12. Well, and let me think for a minute. I'm trying to prepare myself to get ready to do my baseball caps and beanies. And if anyone's wondering why I didn't do them yet, the lack of revenue is slowing me down. So next time if I get a job, I'm going to try to get a hold of that customer due. Probably all dealt with someone. All right. So now we have no one up there in the eye now. What the heck? That's strange. This morning stream is slow, this one. I don't know what is going on, but I'll stay on here for a little while anyway, regardless, and see if people do show up after a while. It's now in the afternoon now, so hey, Mother Hen, how you doing? Do you have any news about Tasha's daughter yet? And how's Tasha doing? How's she doing? How'd the surgery go? Wasn't the surgery this one, Mother Hen? How's everything going for both of them? The daughter and her daughter. I don't know her daughter's name, but hope everything went well. How's everything going there, Mother Hen? Still snowing down there? Does it taper off or? I want to mute this one. I want your dad is. Huh. I'm serving now and her daughter. Go back and here. Oh, okay. So Tasha's in surgery right now. Okay. 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 So we'll say a little prayer for your daughter Tasha, right? Say a little prayer for her. She's in surgery. Dear Lord, I pray, God, that you guide Tasha through the surgery this one, dear Lord, as she's getting this, I don't know what's that machine called? Um, her, that machine put in her, Lord, the control, the pain and the spasms. Father, I pray that you guide Tasha through the surgery today, that she may get through it safely, Lord. Guide the surgeon's hands, that Tasha may get through it all right and recover from the surgery. Dear Lord, I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Oh, really? Said a little prayer for Tasha there, Mother Hen. Yeah. I said a little prayer for her and everything go well for her. Pain from her, yeah. 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 She'll be all right. Just having a good old live stream today. I keep on seeing my numbers drop. The ones that are lurking outside the stream. So, Mother Hen, what do? They put you under when they do that, or they keep you awake when they do that? Do you have any idea how they do it? Is she awake when they're doing that to her? Or is she out? Or they put her out when they do it? I'd like to know that. Do you know something about that? Or and how's Jorge doing? Good old George. How's Jorge? Your boyfriend Jorge. I got the wrong and picked the medication up today too. I think I'll put that other light on here. I got a light here I can use for my lamp for my computer. Right. So we have to keep going on the stream today, and oh, I know she told me that, but they put her out. They knocked her out, right, to do it, right? Because it would be too painful to be awake. Okay. Wow, huh? Well, she'll be fine though. This is they're giving her that better one that she's going to get now. Oh, I know that. That's what I'm always doing. How was your day being mother hen? Everything good for you? And how's Crystal and her husband doing? How are they both doing? You doing good? Hope more people come in the stream this morning, folks. Come and join me on my live morning stream. Now it's the afternoon. And everybody's not awake today. Everybody wake up over in the YouTube land and get yourself together. Have your coffee in the morning. Wake up. Well, that's good. That's good news. Glad of that. Well, that's good. You can be with Hasha. That's a good idea. That's good. least everything's working out well, huh? That's good. Everybody's doing well. That's good news. Yeah. That's what I want to hear. I like when people are doing very well. That's good news. That's good news. I like to hear. So but the snow, how is the snow tapering off over there, Mother Hen? Is it still snowing over you where you are? What about the weather? How's that doing? Is it tapering off? Still snowing? Or? See, I'm definitely the YouTuber that don't know what day I'm gonna be doing things. So I'm a question mark. So if I go live in the morning, it's because I had nothing to do. So I figured to come on live. So that's why I come on live when I can because Tasha always says to me, "Oh, you go live. We don't know when you're going live and everything." Judy May's in the hospital. What happened to her? What's going on with Judy May there, Mother Hen? What's the matter with her? What the heck is wrong with her? Wow. You know what's going on with her? Jeez. Wow, man. Things are going. So what do you know about Judy May? What's wrong with her, Mother Hen? Do you have any idea? Say a little prayer for her either. Pancreatitis. Oh, okay. Let's pray for Judy May right now. Oh, gracious Lord, I pray, Father, today, Lord, as you be with Judy May, Lord. She's in the hospital with pancreatitis, Lord. Be with her and help her get through this, Lord. May your powerful healing hand be upon her and help her have a fast recovery, Lord. I ask all this in the name of Jesus Christ, my Savior. Amen. Here we go. There's another prayer done. So we're going to rely on the Lord's strength and healing for all of them. Oh, it's been 3 days. Okay. Well, she'll be better. The Lord's powerful, so. And I know because I'm a preacher and I'm also the Lord's servant. So things that are going on, huh, Mother Hen? Things that are going on in our world, huh? Huh. That's something. That's why the YouTube land is slow today because some of our friends are missing. Julie May's a good friend of mine, and my good friend Tasha's getting something done today to get that one replaced that she had in her that was old. So she'll get through it all right. Judy May will get through it. She'll be in the hospital for a while because that's pretty that's pancreatitis. Pancreatitis is very delicate stuff when you have that problem. So they gotta keep her in the hospital for a while for that part. But otherwise, you know. But I'll tell you, Mother Hen, your daughter Tasha went through a lot of hell in her life, though. She went through a lot of stuff. I mean, really. No wonder she's so tough. She went through a lot of things in her life, man. You know, I felt bad about what happened to her too when she told me about it. Oh my God, she went through hell and back when being a truck driver. Oh, jeez. And you must have been walking on eggshells at that time too. Thing that she went through is no woman should go through that. I don't care who they are. That's bad. That's really bad. Yes, yes. And Tasha's a good friend of mine. I care a lot about her, you know, and everything. So God will get us through. My friend will get through this. I know that. So it's like life is not easy. Believe me, life is not easy. Never is. See, we don't know what the truck drivers go through, the women especially, until we hear it from someone that actually went through all that tough stuff. We see truck drivers on TV on these shows, but we don't really know what they go through when they're driving the truck. We don't know it until we have a hand on hand with someone that tells us what happened. Then we know. You know, it's like, so how is Johnson holding up there today, Mother Hen? I know he's thinking about Tasha, so how is he holding up? Oh yeah, I know. So how's Jonathan doing today? Tasha's was she what should I call her? Boyfriend or call it's gonna be her husband that claims, but how's he doing today, Mother Hen? Is he doing all right? So I haven't seen him on here today, so I'm wondering how he's doing. Oh wow, okay. Was he worried about Tasha? Is that what he's nervous about? There's nothing to worry about. She'll be all right. She'll get through it fine. She went through it before. It's just funny how life really is, you know, how life is. Yeah, I think Tasha wishes the same thing too. My friend will get through it all right. I know she will. I'll be right back. All right, don't go anywhere. Go away. Be right back. I gotta do something quick. Do something really quick. Uh, Well, yeah, there's nothing to be nervous about. You can rest assured on that. You can tell them that. He's got nothing to be worried about. Yes, they are. Yeah. I'll keep Judy May in my prayers as well as Tasha too today. But life is one pain in the rear. No. Hey, mother, do they put some people on a special diet when they have pancreatitis? I think they have to recap what they eat, right? Is that what it is? Hey, Patriot Nation, how you doing, Elliot? Welcome to the stream, bud. Tasha's getting the surgery, putting the pain pump back into a brand new one, scientific one. Mother Hen's in the stream too. Want to say hello to Mother Hen? She's in here. So how's your day doing there, Elliot? Hope more people come in the stream and join us this afternoon. It was a morning stream, now it's this afternoon stream. Hope more people show up here and join me in the stream here. Don't be a stranger. Come on in, everybody, and join the live stream today. Everybody's slow today getting going. So what are you doing today, Elliot? Anything particularly? No, I haven't heard from the mother hen. I don't know what happened to them. I didn't hear any more from them. I don't know. I called them today, left a message on his phone, but I have no idea what happened to that customer. I don't really know. He never showed up, so I don't know what happened to him. I'll get others. I ain't worried about it. I'm supposed to deal with Bernie in New Hampshire too, so hopefully I hear from him soon. I know he had a lot of snow up there. But I'll get those baseball caps sooner or later done. It's a financial situation holding me up. I have to get the revenue to do it. That's what's holding it up. But it'll turn out all right. I have a lot of faith in the Lord. He'll provide work to me and everything. Working a home business is different than selling in a flea market. For sure. Now, if I made a bunch of shirts and had a booth in the flea market, I'd sell all the shirts out. They'll be going like hotcakes, but I don't do that. Someone told me to try to do it, but yeah, it could be. Who knows where he's from? But unless he's busy and he has a construction business he's working into, he might be a contractor too. I don't know. He might be. I'll hear from him if he still wants to deal with me. If he still wants to deal, he'll get in touch with me. His wife called me, but I don't know who it was. He didn't say. Supposed to come on down here that night when it was bad weather out and it started snowing out, and I never heard from him, so I hope everything's all right with him. But, the only thing that really expires in my business is the emulsion. Stuff to coat the screens, that expires. And when it does, it's no good anymore. You have to buy new. So anyway, we've been on here an hour and 16 minutes. That's good. At least I made an hour at least. I'll be on again tonight too, so I'm not going off. I'm not going off right now, but see if more people show up here. I don't know if Elliot's busy right now, Mother Hen, or I don't know. He hasn't replied to you and you said something to him, so I don't know if he might be busy doing something around the house, maybe. I don't know. Because Elliot does leave his computer sometimes. It takes time to come back, so he might be busy. Yes, I said Elliot. I did say that. That means you're in and out. It means you're here and you're not, you know. Busy guy. He said hello to you, Mother Hen. Elliot said hello to you. That might be bad weather where the guy is located. I don't know where he was located, but if he's in Worcester, no, he didn't show up over here. If he's down in Worcester or New Hampshire or something, the one he didn't show here. Said Massachusetts, but who knows where he was. Don't know. Time will tell, I guess. Oh, I know, Elliot. I know. Oh, okay. Well, you can keep me informed what's going on there, Mother Hen. Hope everything's good. Sure it will be. That's right, Elliot. Type your weather in there. See what the weather's doing. Oh, it's cool out today. 35 degrees. Oh my God. 28% humidity. That's low. What is it, cold over there where you are, Elliot? You a little cold out there today? The humidity's only 28% and the temperature's 35. 2 Celsius. Oh, Lord. It's not warm at all. Huh. Well, my weather is, let's see what my weather is. Type it in. Truth of Nightbot says, cold out. Oh, when's Huh. Huh. That's pretty interesting. We're all having our crazy weather patterns. Hmm. Okay. How about the weather where you are? Who do you know it's in Florida? Oh, you got back from the dentist. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, the dentist. So how's them parts of your weapon coming along there, Elliot? How's that going? The parts you had, did you put them together yet? Put them in? Get them all done? Hey, 21 SC, how you doing, man? Oh, okay, well then. Nice to see you, 21 SC. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Okay, be safe, all right? And enjoy your work day. And if you're on live again tonight, there, 21 SC, I'll stop over after my live and show you some support. Okay. Well, if you want to come on panel, I'll let you up. I don't care. If you had dental work done, you had dental work done. Talker would come on. Oh, you're sure not talking? You're not sure you can talk? Okay. Okay, I understand that. That's understandable. I know what the dentist like. I have my teeth done a lot of times too. I know you might be drooling outside your mouth if you come up here and you can't talk. Won't be like Elliot can't talk and you say, oh, I can't speak. I'm numb. I know that is. I went to the dentist before. They're a pain in the rear. Especially if you can't talk, it's hard. And I know, Elliot, you like to talk. And if you can't talk, it's going to look funny to hear you can't talk. So it's going to be, you know, kind of shocking, you know. So rest your voice and let yourself get back to normal again. How that is. Oh, you want the link anyway? You want to come up? All right, there's your link. There's your link. You can come up if you want. If you can't talk, don't worry about it. You know? If you can't, don't worry about it. Here he is.
Jeez, I don't know if I can even speak. My lower lips are numb as crap, man. See, my voice is going to sound weird, and I knew it would.
Oh, I told you that.
Oh, boy. Well, I thought I could talk a little bit better, and I realized I can't now.
That's understandable.
Oh, boy. Boy, yeah, he numbed me up good right in my lower jaw right there.
Oh, yeah.
Both
I know
sides.
do that real well.
I was going to go out and have a cold drink while I was out, and I can't because when I drink, when I have no feeling in the lower lip, the liquid runs down your chin.
Uh-huh.
You know? So it's embarrassing. You know.
Natasha's getting the surgery done. They're putting that pump back in. The new scientific, also scientific, the newer one that she got that they can take MRIs.
Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah,
She told us that last night, and I think it was last night she was out there in the stream, spoke about it.
What's happening to her? What now?
She's getting the new pump, you know, the one that helps her control the pain in her back.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The mother hen's right there. You can ask her; she'll tell you what that is. She's right in the stream.
I know they got nerve little blockers they can put in the back. I've heard of that.
It's a pain pump, but it's signed Boston Scientific, and it's the kind you can use an MRI with now. It's more advanced. As she told me.
Wow. Yeah, I never heard of it. Hey, Mother Hen, good to see you.
Something new they came out with this time around.
Yeah, it sounds like it because I've never heard of it. I know the implants that can stimulate a nerve and supposedly kill the pain. They can cut nerves, I think.
Control with it, they can run it.
Mm-hmm.
You had to put it in her butt cheek because she has no weight on her, so she had to put it below that part to put it in.
Right. Yeah, I was listening to you saying, I know Elliot AR likes to talk. And I do. I'm so bad I have to come on here when I can't even friggin' talk to come on and talk.
You sound all right. It's not bad. You sound all right.
Yeah, I guess being retired or I'm not around as many people as they used to be. I'm typically I've did sales, all kinds of work over the years. You can imagine, and retail, everything, and it's weird.
How's that weapon you were building?
I'm working. I've got the barrel. I've got the handguard. I haven't shown the handguard yet. I've got a M-LOK handguard. It was on sale, basically wholesale. I bought it.
Right.
This is the upper I'm building because I already built the lower. It's a what they call an M-LOK. It's just a 12-inch.
Oh, okay.
12-inch rail.
They put the ammunition in the gun, right?
Yeah, that's where you hold on to the front of it. A barrel goes through this, and I'll have right here. I'll have a flashlight on one side, probably the right hand side, because my left hand will be right there, so I'd have to have the flashlight on the opposite. So I won't get a flashlight on it, and probably a red dot. And I may end up getting the low LPVO, which is the low power variable scope. I'm not sure I pronounced that right, but it's a low power scope, like a 1:6, where I can shoot out long distance and I can throw it down to 1 magnification and do close quarters combat with.
Yeah, she's telling you what that is. See what she's saying in the chat? While the hands explains it to you what that is.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, it's like okay. Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard of that one. I've heard of something similar. Yeah, I know about 10s because I've had a few of those machines. I think I still do if I ain't thrown it away. Back years ago in the 80s, you get a doctor sometimes to write you a script, and they'd give you like a $500, $600. It's real expensive back then, 10s machine.
Mhm.
I did use it decades ago, but it got where to me it didn't do much for me. And I've had ultrasound tens, in the chiropractor, the big tens machine,
Mhm.
and things over the years. It helps. Yeah, it got circulation going. And but unfortunately, my chiropractor back in 2008 got out of a fishing boat or a boat, and the boat moved out, and he put his wrist on the dock and broke both wrists, and he had to retire at 50 years old or 52. I can't remember now, but he broke both wrists, and he could not adjust the spine no more because his wrist would not heal. Yeah, he lost his entire career, and he went to work at a hospital, granted for physical therapy and stuff, but his practice sold it because of an accident. Yeah, he's a good guy too. He helped me quite a bit there back in the day. And, but yeah, this is called an M-LOK handguard, 15-inch.
Yeah.
Is it my favorite? I haven't
People
had.
to throw the gun on the YouTube. I know that they're against that, but
Yeah, on live streams you can't handle a firearm. Correct. Yeah, they're afraid somebody's going to commit suicide. Live. Yeah. Or, blood and gore. But yeah, you can handle parts. Typically, I've never seen no problem with parts. Who knows the way they're getting? In time they can change their rules on a whim. YouTube can. That's
you don't want to see anybody with a gun on here. The people are crazy these days with those weapons, and you don't want to see anybody blow their head off either.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to.
Well, you could, even after Google bought it, you could do videos of how to build AR rifles. Video. You can't do a video now how to build a rifle. You on a video on YouTube platform. You can build it and show it, but you can't show your steps and how to do it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And used to could. It was all wide open, free speech, free platform. But when Google bought it, they started clamping down in the probably after I won't get political, but anyway, after I can't remember how long it was, like a decade ago or less, actually.
Changing like rapidly, so you can't trust that anymore.
Yeah, I wish YouTube was better, I think, before Google owned it. It was more free.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
Google doesn't do nothing about anything, and now they're worse.
Yeah, I mean, they're so bad. And I mean, I'll say this, not in a bad way necessarily. If somebody in my community shows a lead bullet, which is nothing, it's a piece of lead, they will take and give them a strike sometimes and ban them for 2 or 3 days. I mean, or just showing it. I mean, not even doing it. And that's kind of bizarre, but that's the way it's going. A lot of people don't know that, but I thought I'd put that out there. I don't do that. I do dummy around, tutorials, stuff like that, but I don't sit there and make live ammo or, make bullets or anything. But yeah, it's true.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, because people don't realize that in America, we have been able to build guns since before the founding of this nation. You had a right to build any gun you want.
Yeah, but now it's even worse out there with guns now. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. And it's just the way it is, unfortunately. It'll probably eventually change. It'll either change for the better, or it'll go like Europe, which means we'll be running around with knives, killing everybody with baseball bats and knives, like in England. And that's going to be bad. I mean, what are you going to do then? Ban the knife?
They will if that happens. Yeah, I hope that don't happen. But
yeah, that's happening in actually UK. And most all the things that goes on over there is knife related. They say, one way or another. Yeah, because it's human nature. You know what I mean? If you can't get one thing, you're gonna get another. I don't care if it's a stick, baseball bat, what, a rock. You're gonna find some way to fight. And unfortunately, I don't like fighting. But
I don't do that anymore now. But
yeah, I'm not a young. I never was much of one to want to start fight. I never was a troublemaker or a person that would fight. I'd walk
I
away
have
if
a
I
brother that
could.
can take on 3 guys at a time in a fight, but otherwise, he'd well without something. He said, "I'll fight if I have to, but I don't have to these days. If I have to, I can do it. I know that." But you don't get bothered anybody with anybody now, so it's settled out.
Remind me when I was in my 30s, I was staying at a friend of my mother's house, and she had an older son, and we were all down at a pizza place one night. And it's weird how we go in there drinking beer. And I think I'm 30 years old. They're in their 20s, and one of the guys, a little bit older than almost the age of me, come up to my car and sucker punched me. And yeah, through the car. And boy, I won't say what I did exactly then. Really nothing. But a few weeks later, he was in a little place, and I go out to the car. He's walking out across the parking lot, and I just pull my baseball bat out of my car. And I go after him. I said, "You ever do that again?" I said, I'll beat you and break your legs." And he bagged me, and I just finally let him go. I said, "Don't ever do that, man." I said, "You're going to do that. One of these days, somebody's going to kill you. You don't go around and punch people through cars."
No, you don't. I can tell you one story that's really true, and I won't mention the guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
This guy takes dozen people on the fight, and he handles them. He beat the hell out of like a dozen guys at one time. This is no lie. And unfortunately, one night, me and my brothers were together with him. We were, just talking to him, and this guy was yelling out of the car at him. And I said, "Oh my gosh!" And he went over. The car was trying to leave, and he was hanging onto the car, punching the guy, and the car was going like this around like this.
Wow!
And he's punching him, and all of a sudden the car stopped. The guy was laid out. I was like, "Oh my God." We were laughing. The car was spinning around like this. In front of the car.
It's amazing some of the dumb stuff we do when we're young. I mean, it really is.
Joe, he was a little bit buzzed. Well, he tagged him on, and he tried to say, "Oh my gosh." Me and my brothers said, "Oh, now the guy's in trouble." He hit the guy in the car, and he's spinning, and all of a sudden the car stopped. And he said, "I knocked him out. He's laid out." And the other people in the house said down to him, he said, "Yeah, how would you like me to come in your house and smash up your house? And I'll throw you all through the windows." I said, "Oh, geez." No, we don't want no part of you. We're sorry. We're leaving. They took off.
I'm older. I remember the days when the county here around, Georgia was real rural, more so than even now where I live. They had farms everywhere. No big city or nothing. Gwinnett hadn't grown. That was right before you used to hear a thing in America. Gwinnett County was the fastest growing suburban county in the South at one time. Well, it did. It changed. But when I first was young there, you had bad sides of town, man. A lot of DUIs, not a lot of DUIs, but a lot of drunk driving. Back then you could do it. A lot of fights, occasional knife fights, gun fights. I mean, all kinds of stuff back in the old days. And I was younger, though. I didn't do that, but I knew of it. And I ran with some guys. You'd see high schools fighting each other, which is crazy, doing what they call the gang fights. Almost like you'd see a movie, let's 5 or 6 young guys in the high school would go, "Let's go over and this high school and get them." It was weird to me because I didn't really see the purpose of it, but it finally changed and grew, and all that stopped. Then they passed family violence law, I think it was the 90s. And then all of a sudden, you hit somebody now that it's basically, almost it is a felony. And at one time it was nothing but a misdemeanor. So
it changed, all right.
Yeah. And now it's, I'm trying to think of the term, initial aggressor, first aggressor. If you, in other words, I'll explain it. If I'm out there in the yard and a guy comes up and hits me, I can fight him back. But if he hits me and then takes off running and then I chase him, I become the aggressor.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. So you got to be very careful now of where you stand on that. Even if
what
just
about the home invasion law? How's that? If
do
someone
what?
tries to in your house and rob you, and how would they take that in consideration?
They will still get you, and even though we're very conservative in Georgia, they will still get you if you're the first one to start trouble, and they know it. or they think they can charge you with the Family Violence Act in your own home.
No, if someone come after you and you defended yourself, what will they
It's okay. Yeah, as long as they believe you and you got a witness, or even if they just believe you that you got attacked. Yeah. I called years ago. I had a roommate. He got on what was it? Mad Dog 2020. Well, I had some. I didn't drink it, but I had a girl here that I used to date back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, and she had left some. What was it? Oh God, I'm trying to think of that stuff. Jägermeister here. I had it in the freezer. I didn't never touch it. I just left it in there. I think it was like 3/4 of a bottle. Well, one night, boy, he started running down the hall, threatening to whip my butt, hit my door with my fist. I called the law on him. I told him, I said, by golly, I said, you ain't starting crap in my house, buddy. And I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt. So he cop come and knocked on his door and spoke to him. And he said, I'm all right. He said, well, you better behave. If I have to come back out here, buddy. So I hated that because I don't like calling the law on nobody. I didn't, even here. Next morning, I forgot about it. I didn't even really worry about it. I don't hold grudges, So I says, hey, man, you want to head with me to Home Depot? What the hell do you think? I heard it coming out of the room, him talking, to the door. Like, what? I said, okay, if that's the way you want it. A few hours later, I took his crap the next morning, threw everything out in the driveway out there. And his father come and got him, and I said, give me my keys, buddy. And I kicked him out because I had no choice. He was just going to cause trouble.
Yeah.
He's so strange. He's more like a street guy, and I tried to help him. His father would give me money. He was in his 40s, I think. And cops one night here about 2 years ago knocked on my door one evening. And I says, yeah. He says, we got a guy here, Michael. I said, Michael? He said, yeah. He said, I'm going to charge him with public drunk, but he said, he knows you. And I says, I said, last time he was here, I threw him out of the house. I had to call the cops on him. He said, okay, thank you. Bye. And he walked out and took the guy to jail. I wasn't going to rescue him. Not after what he did to me, starting to fight in the house. Because he should be able to, there was no point in getting, not only that, it was so odd. He was such a small little guy that if I jumped on him, I probably would have half killed him. And if I hit him, I'd probably knocked him out. I mean, because he was just a very small guy. And I'm not saying I'm that good at fighting because I'm not, but I'm pretty much, if I get a hold of you, I can take you down, put it that way.
You don't have to put up with that stuff in your house, though. Jesus.
Right. And I called the law.
You let you out of your freezer to cause him to do that?
Yeah, he was drinking Mad Dog I didn't know that till I threw him out. I went in there and found a Mad Dog 2020 bottle, and then I looked in my freezer after I had threw the stuff out, I think right before, and I says, my Jaeger's almost gone. The Jaeger is, which I didn't care about it, but then I realized what caused it. It was the wine and the Jaeger. He got drunk as crap and started wanting to threaten me. So it is what it is, and it's just a shame. And what's weird is I tried to help this guy. Yeah. His own mother would not let him live at his own home, even though he's in his 40s. I would actually give him food sometimes here. I would give him apples and tomatoes or canned soup.
How would you trust that if he couldn't live in his own home with his mother?
Well, that's what I mean. His father talked to me and says he'll behave. And he has come here. At that time, he had been here before straight, and he was just, he's okay. But once he got on alcohol, he was a totally different character.
Yeah.
Yeah. He couldn't handle his drinking. He just go loony. Huh. And, he don't come around no more, put it that way. And if he did, I wouldn't even open the door. So I have I don't feel no obligation to help him now.
Maybe he's still locked up somewhere.
Probably is. Yeah. He served, according to me talking to him, I think he had like 4 felonies, 5. He said he served most of his off and on. I told him, Michael, you have spent, how many years of your life have you spent in jail? And you're in mid-40s. He says, a lot. And I said, well, that's your problem. You're stubborn. You want to defy everything and run around, and be homeless and act crazy. I said, you can't live like that, And he was a strange character. He once told me, Wayne, that during the winter that a tree is dead, and there's no point in that they're not even alive. And I said, what are you talking about? Trees are not dead in the winter.
Oh,
Yeah, he said trees, when the winter comes, the trees died. I said, if the tree died, it would never come back to life. You know, but I said, trees don't just die. I mean, they do die, but, you know, I said, what it was, I think I was watering one because it had really went through a lot of shock and the leaves were falling off. So I was getting funny. He said, why are you doing that? Tree's dead. I said, tree ain't dead.
he sounds strange.
Yeah, I know. He some things he didn't quite understand at times. And I realized that. I think a lot of it was because of his past life young and getting in trouble a lot, you know, and sometimes those street, you know, when you do street people like that, and they do drugs, they can be very dysfunctional, you know. So, and it's sad actually. It's even affected my own family. It not really affected me. I won't even go into this, but I got a kid that lost his wife. He's in his 40s. Shouldn't say this probably on here, but I won't get into it much. Anyway, he come here a while back, and I basically told him to straighten his, you know, what up. And I wasn't going to give him no beer money or nothing. And he got all, you know, bent out of shape and left. And that's what I wanted, because I didn't want him here to end up getting a roommate, you know, causing my roommate to leave, disturbing the house. And right. I told my daughter, I said, if he comes here and he does anything, I said, I'm a nice guy, but I said, I'll drag him out by the hair of the head through the front yard. I said, I'll just get him.
Well, your daughter's boyfriend? Is that who
it was my son.
Oh, it's your son.
Yeah. My son, he lost his wife and went berserk.
Oh,
and basically just gave up on life apparently over it. And I said, man, I said, you need to research Elvis Presley, research what stuff like this does for you. I said, there's only one way it leads you to this kind of life. And I said, that's in a box in the ground.
Yeah, but you can find someone else. You don't have to gloat over the one you used to have.
Well, the problem with him, and a lot of these people out here now, and I asked my son one day, I says, you need to let it go. And it's an illusion. He says, I love it. I says, that's the problem. And you're going to die on the street or you know, somewhere, or get shot by a cop or get beat to death, which I think he already, yeah. So it's weird. I won't even talk about that no more. So. Just a bad way to live for anybody. Sad, actually.
My phone just killed the call.
I think he'll straighten out in time, though. But
I hope so.
He lost a home he actually bought. He's a welder. He made really good money. And I mean, overtime, boy. I mean, he was racking in the dough, you know, every week. And apparently, she had an affair at a doctor's office, and you know how that goes.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep. That's always the thing, isn't it? Either finances or cheating ends up destroying relationships. One of the two.
That is so stupid. Yep. If you're loyal to someone, you stay loyal to them.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, finances actually is most of the root cause of most breakups, actually, when you look at it in couples.
It's sad, though.
Yeah, it is. Look back decades ago. Now, I didn't live in that decade. My mother used to tell me that how low the divorce rate was in America, you know, at one time. It was very low. Mm-hmm. And, now it's just, you know, disposable. You live together, love each other for 12 months and you're gone. I mean, you know, bam.
Right.
Yeah. It's just so easy now compared to decades ago in the old days. But the old days, I don't even remember the old days. I just heard stories of them. You know,
I had a friend that was like that had a business. I'm not going to get into details, but he had a wife and she left him.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm going to say. But she did him all kinds of wrong stuff, and it was awful. Mm-hmm. He had paid by her and everything, and she left him. She walked out on him.
I had a guy here years ago. His daughter's husband got in Florida on the street in his own vehicle and picked up some girl that was apparently, I think, on drugs, and she took his own gun out of his own truck in his own vehicle and actually shot him and killed him.
Oh, jeez.
In Florida. Yeah, that was sad. Well, I don't know. I didn't know the guy. You know, I mean, it's nothing to do with me, but he told me the story. I went, wow, that is a trip. It goes to show, man, like if I go to Florida And I'm even in my 30s, if I went in a bar and I see some lady that's drunk and I sense something's either drug related or like that, I stay away from them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll sit there and go, no, I'm okay. I'll be friendly, but you want to ride somewhere? Nope. No. You want to go my way? Nope. I've got to head home here shortly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on out there in this world, unfortunately. I've never had that experience, thank goodness. But
never know what's going to happen to you.
No, you don't. No, you sure don't.
That's where you should be. Oh yeah, it's another thing I read in the news. I can't say it on here, but some actors were men, but they pretend to be women. Weird. And they showed them. I said, "Oh my gosh!" Emails saying, "What am I so weirdo?" I started laughing.
Yeah.
You were bothering me and saying, "Man, you idiot."
Reminds me of was it Mrs. Doubtfire TV show? I think it was. Robin Williams was dressed and like that. That was a funny show.
Which one you talking about?
Mrs. Doubtfire. He's the one that committed suicide, Robin Williams. Yeah. Something to do with some kind of brain problem he was having.
He was on cocaine, too.
Yeah, when he was younger. Yeah, he did a lot. Yeah, he did. A lot of Hollywood did.
They put some.
I think cocaine and cocaine, before it was in the streets of America, doctors were prescribing it even to people like Elvis Presley on the stage in Las Vegas. For what it would do, sing. I think I said this once before. I know enough of his history and researched it. It said that he would have singers in Vegas would have dry throats, so the doctor would come in and give you swabs and whip it around in cocaine, and they would give you a thing. And all the guys, if you were a singer, you would actually put it in your mouth and help numb your throat. But that's how weird. But that's what it was used for. Matter of fact, in 1997, I had sinus surgery, and they actually used cocaine in my nose for surgery. Yeah. And I was working for a contact lens company. When I woke up, they told me, it says, we need to tell your employer, if they say anything, or, for a drug test that you had cocaine for nasal surgery. And I said, okay. I thought, wow. But I could tell when I woke up, because I woke up talking, boy, I felt like I was on cloud nine, just on sinus surgery. And I thought, what is this? I've never done this. Yeah. And, but yeah, they still use it medically, believe it or not. So but back in the 60s, they used it a lot more medical.
Used to put it in Coca-Cola too,
Yep. See, decade. Yeah. Back in the early days. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know it's amazing how things are like that. How the past is so different. I tell people a lot of times, even my son over the years, my family, children. I say you have to look at things in the context of history. You can't judge. And a lot of people do that. You can't judge the founding fathers. You can't judge people from another generation. It's so easy to do it, but they're in a different time, a different mindset everybody had, and it affects everybody's behavior somewhat by the time you live in and grow up in. And, unfortunately, that's the way the world is. But a lot of people don't quite understand that things in the context of history. They just think, now we don't do this. Back then you did this. Oh, that's evil. No, it's not that simple.
Your voice is coming back fine now. You're talking fine now.
Yeah, my lips actually, getting the feeling back a little bit now.
You know that domestic abuse is worse now than it was way back?
Kind of know, and you wouldn't think it would be because of the Family Violence Act, but that's kind of strange. Yeah. Years ago, I remember when I was young that cops, even in Gwinnett County, they would tell you they didn't want to get involved with family disputes because they were afraid the family members would turn on the cop and kill the cop if the family was fighting. That's how things used to be in America. And then once 90s come along, they changed that, and a lot of it was because couples would get so abusive to one another, and it can go both ways. I've seen women hit men. was just as bad at wanting to beat on a man as they
How
always say
about,
the man. Yeah, they usually say the man's the beater. No, I've
how about
known women, boy,
how,
that'll duke you out.
how about the husband killed his wife and his kids? He turned the gun on himself.
Yeah,
That's
it's
sick,
sad.
huh?
Yeah, sad. But moving on to more brighter topics. Yeah, yeah, I got a dimple jig I got to get here. It's to keep a gas block on a barrel, and I got to get let's see, gas block. And that's it. I got the gas tube right there. It's in a little tiny box, stainless steel
What's
gas
that
tube.
for? What is that for?
That's actually the gas. That's what makes the gas is what makes an AR-15 or M16.
Oh, okay.
I won't discuss M16 because that get everybody confused. Gas goes when it round goes off, goes down the barrel. The gas comes out of the barrel into the gas block, rolls back down into the boat charging area, and it makes the action go back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is a gas tube called mid-length. This is. It's nothing but a little stainless steel, smaller than a straw. Actually, I'll show you. Just in a pack. You can't really see it. It's real tiny.
Put you up close there. Hold on.
Yeah. I didn't really want to get into I'd have to get into how the AR functions to people. And I don't
Hey,
really
John
want to.
Paul, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream.
Hey, John Paul. Is it Paul or Paul? I always
John
say Paul. Paul?
Yeah.
That's what I always say. Yeah, I used to jump in his side chat and say hello quite a bit. I haven't been, since this past.
So you gonna show that to me now, or where is it?
What, the gas tube?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Why don't you show us? Show me what it looks like. They ain't gonna say that when you take it out.
No, it's really
Just
nothing.
a pot.
Yeah, it's just a tiny. You can't hardly see it because there's the silver.
Okay, yeah. But that is small.
Yeah, it's smaller than a straw.
Wow.
I'm trying to think it's about the size of a push-up stick. What's those push-ups that has the yogurt in it? You know, the little plastic things. It used to be wood. Now they're push-ups with
small as a curtain rod, I think.
Smaller than that. So it's just a small gas tube. Yeah, it's not very big at all.
Small.
I couldn't measure it, but
It's a small piece of metal, right? It's like.
Yeah. It's called a gas tube.
Yeah.
It goes. The gas block goes on one end. This here inserts into the receiver, which is the upper receiver, and gas goes around the system and makes the charging thing go back. That's what gives it kind of its semi-auto feature. And believe it or not, the same system is similar in shotguns. Well, people just don't know it. Automatic shotguns are done by. They don't kick you hard either because they use the gas to cycle. Right. On auto. So if that helps you understand it better, think of a shotgun, semi-auto shotgun.
I have no problem understanding what you're saying. I'm fine with that.
Okay. But yeah, it's a fun gun. I enjoy.
Hobby you do, right? You do it as a hobby, and
yeah. I enjoy hunting. I've got one guy guy on YouTube. Actually, a friend of mine actually gave me a $200-something barrel free right here.
You know something? What just happened a minute ago?
We're talking Matt.
You see what happened?
No, this barrel?
No, the stream. It cut up in 3 blocks, and it came back. That was weird.
Oh, okay. I tell you, there's some bugs sometimes strange on StreamYard. I don't know if it's StreamYard or YouTube. There's some strange things.
Cut the screen in 3 pieces, and it came back together.
Wow.
When you spoke, the screen spliced in 3 parts, and it went back together. It was weird.
Wow.
When you started talking about that, that's when it happened.
Could have been. Well, could have been somebody behind a keyboard at Google headquarters. But a guy on YouTube that I know, he gifted me a 6.5 Grendel barrel. Oh. It's good for hog hunting, good for deer, stuff like that. So, and that's what it'll be used for if I get a chance to go. That's the
Looked
thing.
like he said here. See, John Paul said it looked like a puzzle. See what he said?
Oh, I know. Yeah, I kind of thought. Yeah, I've seen that happen. You know, the internet too. I'm on fiber optic here. I'm 1 gig up, about 980 megabit per second, which is almost a gig up and down. But yet, I still have trouble occasionally. I'll be here, and when I have trouble, what's weird about fiber optic? It runs direct from your house all the way to the main headquarters, corporate office, where your internet provider is. So if they go out, you go out. But typically, unless somebody knocks the line, you have no failures in the line as much. So you do run better. And but I do occasionally will I'll go down occasionally for a few seconds.
You know something? I'm going to warn you. I have certain things that happen on my streams, and it's nothing to do with anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't explain what it is, but
get me off the blow up. Sorry.
I have a certain. I'm a psychic, so what happens is things happen on my stream. Like one night, I was on my own stream, and something tried to shut my monitor off. It was off and came back on. So that's what happens to me usually. They like to mess around with my electronics, and people say, "Oh, what happened to you? What's going on?" And I said, "Well, it happened. I just can't tell you why, but it happens."
Can you put us both back on here?
Oh yeah, sure.
On the screen, thank you. Yeah, well, you know what's weird is I was hacked. I don't know if I mentioned. I thought I mentioned on Tasha's show stream that I was hacked on Amazon from December the 4th. Took me 20-something days to get my Amazon account. I'd call them. They didn't know who I was. They didn't believe me. And I said, well, how about a work order number to show you that I bought something? Oh, yeah, we can look that up. So I end up having to talking like the 50 people. I'm the one that come up with the conclusion. So I was hacked in November for 5 days, hacked in 20-something days from the Middle East. And then guess what? My mortgage company was hacked, and somebody got into their servers from overseas, and they had to shut down. And I couldn't pay the mortgage for about a week or so.
Oh, geez.
So, yeah, there's a lot of hacking, buddy, and a lot of weird stuff going on. You got China hacking, North Korea, Middle Eastern hackers. Not only the scammers hacking, then you got the hackers from, trying to hack government things, and you name it. I mean, it's like basically cyber warfare going on out there. Mm-hmm. What it is, it's not good. I got a saying: don't trust anything on the internet. Years ago, they started talking about putting your medical records on, and I go, nope, it'll end up being used for blackmail.
Hands like this to my camera, and it gets if you don't see it getting blurry, that means no one's bothering me today. See that? Now, if I did that at night, my whole camera will go blurry on me. And it tells you I have someone around me. But today, they're not bothering me.
I've heard you I've heard you talk about a few issues with people messing with you on your streams. I've only had a few porn, things like on Friday night, very rare. They'd go, if you want girls, come over to this channel, or something. And we got a moderator and they'll block it, But we don't, it's not a lot of it in our community.
Put something in the private. You know how to look at the private chat, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Don't let these two people in your channel if you see them. Let me tell you who that.
Yeah, appreciate the tip. Because I'm not on YouTube. I'm on YouTube because of fellowship, meet people, and just enjoy being on here. I'm not on here to cause chaos and destruction. But some people are. I mean, you call them what? Keyboard warriors. My goodness. I told my daughter here a while back.
Two people. Look in your private chat.
Okay.
Watch out for those two.
Okay. One of them I remembered from something you had said.
He's a child groomer.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I know it's, when I started streaming a little over 2 years ago, I think it was maybe a little longer, but I can't remember. I told the guy that I streamed with, he was my co-host. I says, he said something, he got really serious about, his brand and this, that, and the other. And I said, look, if YouTube becomes to where I don't enjoy it, I said, I won't stream again. I said, because when it gets where if it becomes all of a sudden competitive and everybody's fighting or gossip or drama, I said, I won't do it. I'll shut it down. I'll quit. I'll never do another live stream.
I don't have that much anymore. I get rid of him. He started whining like a little baby.
Mm-hmm. I tell you another thing these people do on, and I sound kind of like Nitro, and that's a good thing. And you get people on here that uses wrenches like weapons on YouTube platform. They give you a wrench, they'll take it. They don't. And I give my guys wrenches, but I'll tell you this: if I give you a wrench and I trust you, I'm not going to take it away just because you didn't watch my channel for one night or 2 weeks or whatever. I'd have to. You'd have to do something to me before I would pull a wrench. I just don't. I've got to trust you, and like Tasha, I've had a wrench with her for a long time. I've never went in there and tried to sow chaos with it. It's not there for that. But some people do. They abuse it. And you got to be careful.
Before I have to know them before I give it to them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So most of my guys that I've known them like I'd be streaming them like a year before I even gave them a wrench. A year. Mm-hmm. And even then I'm limited. I kind of limit it. But I have a little more than I used to. I think I got maybe 8 people now with wrenches. They're not always in a live stream at the same time though.
I got more than 8 people, but they come over my stream a lot too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I was in one the other day. I logged on. I hadn't been on recently, and I noticed they took my wrench away. Even in our community, occasionally somebody will give you a wrench, and they get a little perturbed at you for whatever reason. They'll take the wrench, snatch it back. Okay, but actually, it don't mean not that much to me. I mean, it's now if you don't trust me, yeah, it would bother me because I'm not going to use a wrench. It's just I'm not. Like on my channel, I have a guy. I actually give him a co-host privileges on my platform here. He's a straight guy. He's from Wales, actually. Yeah, he streams. He knows Brutal Bob and all of us. I'm his main moderator. I can take moderators out, but he don't have no issue. I'm not sure he even knows he gave me that power, but he did. And I've got another guy that my co-host. He had total full-blown admin rights, and he don't now. But he's hadn't heard from him in quite a while. But I finally just took the admin right away and did it. But for a long time, he was hooked up as an admin. He could go on, start my stream, stop it. And
John Paul says I remove wrenches after my live streaming a lot. Savor that way.
That's true. Yeah, I see people doing that, John Paul. Yeah, and I kind of understand it. I typically, if I give you a wrench, though, I'm going to give it to you to keep, unless you do something. And I think all these communities in YouTube, we're all kind of different. How we kind of do. Like I notice a lot of these streams up so people can connect. They'll go, "I'm going to give you wrenches," and the whole thing will be wrenches. And it's great. And then they take it away. I've just never done it. Probably because I didn't start out doing that initially in our community. We only did people we trusted, and that was it.
That's who I have in my stream. Only those I trust. Mm-hmm. As a wrench, I know them for a long time.
Yeah, but I think you're a good guy, and if you're not, like John Paul, I don't know him, but I've seen him around a lot, and I've seen him do things. If he wanted a wrench to put a link, I would do it. But the thing is, I don't like doing it because if I have to take it away.
I'll take it away.
Yeah, that's something I hate to do that. But
John Paul's a model line, and his wrench stays. I don't take it away from him.
Yeah, I was thinking he had one. That's why I brought that up as an example. But I've had people in even my community. You're
a moderator on my channel. Your wrench stays too. I don't take yours away either.
Yeah, I seen that one about. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, because I dropped the link the other day for you or something. Yeah. I'm just not. Yeah, I don't. Here, I had a friend years ago. He's in his 40s. He unfortunately passed away, but he used to ask me. I was trying to teach him computer repair, and he asked me one time. He says, "What is all this hacking and this chaos and all this on the internet? And why do they do that stuff?" I said, "Same thing they do in real life." I said, "You go out in public, a guy on the street wants to, hit you, get verbal with you." I said, "They go on the internet and they're the same kind of personality. They want to rob your identity, hack somebody, put Trojans, programs, steal your information." I said, "So if you're a criminal in the real world, you're a criminal online."
Yep.
That's kind of true in a lot of ways. Because if you can't trust them on the street or in public, in the normal everyday life, you surely can't trust online. So he kind of understood. I said, you got to understand, there's bad people everywhere. And there really is. I don't like, I have a great grandson, and my saying to him is, I better not ever know that if I pass away, that he turns into a keyboard warrior, getting on there and start screaming, fitting at people on these social media sites. I don't tolerate that. Even in my own family, I told my daughter, I said, you better teach that boy not to do that crap. I said, get on there and bang, 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 and fight on over keyboards, internet. That's just no place to do it. But I have my code, my things I live by, I guess. And I just put it this way, I was taught better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got some things you don't tolerate. You don't cross the line.
I was raised. My mother raised me proper. Is what I should say.
It's like if I had kids, I'd tell them the same thing. If you go on that computer, start trolling or hacking someone, your computer is gone. I'll unhook it and I'll sell it on you. You won't have it.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Yeah,
I wouldn't tolerate that. So don't be talking back to me or anything. I'll give you put you on my knee and wham on your ass.
I've never had nobody do me that way, but I have had guys in the reloading community. I've watched them in a video where they would respond to some people, which I kind of figure were young, and they would say, "You guys you guys out there in the comments keep saying I need to take my press and buy all these features." He says, "I don't want the features. I enjoy what I'm doing with the way it is." Well, to sometimes young people, I think it's the time they grow up in. It's like they just seek information, and I understand that. But you can't, certain things you just can't pick up by the internet. You can get a feel, but you don't know what's the right way or the wrong way. I know enough about life that I can go on and I can watch somebody reload in my community, and I can tell how much experience they got by watching them. I can tell when they make an error. I can tell, are they talking a little bit of smack, and pretending. Right. I just pick up on it, and so I typically, if I try to teach something, I actually want to know it, because I'm not going to get on there and be stupid and go, hey, this is how you do it, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. Excuse me.
Go drink something.
Yeah, be right back.
All right. Oh, I know you told me that. That's good, Mother Hen. That's good. Good news. Thanks for the info. Now he'll be back in a minute. He's going to get a drink. Hope he can drink it and it don't slop all over his face. But anyway, we have Tasha's fine. She came out all right out of the surgery there, Elliot.
Okay, good to hear.
The mother's typed it in the chat.
Okay.
Now I'll be right back. I'll hold on to the fort for now.
Okay. Good to see you, John Paul. Good to see you, Mother Hen. I'm glad Tasha's doing okay. I hadn't really looked at the sites yet as much. Sometimes I get to talking. If I'm not running a stream, I don't. At times I get to talking in my own thoughts. John Paul has been playing a lot of PlayStation 4 games. I actually had PlayStation 4 a few years ago. And I thought about getting the 5, but I'm not that good at it. I do have Battlefield 4, I think it is. And I have to snipe, be a sniper, because I get shot if I get out there with automatic weapons. So I can hide in a tree, though, and put the scope and sometimes maybe get a hit.
That's why I wanted to buy it for the pizza for.
But I don't have an experienced game. I didn't grow up in the gaming generation, but I do. It is cool, some of the stuff.
All right, Ellie, I'm back. I didn't grow up in the gaming either. I mean, I used the Nintendo system.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up on it. You know what I mean? I used to have an Atari system.
Yeah, I bought my daughter Atari back when she was probably
the Space Invaders.
Very young. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still got Battlefield 4 back there. I had PlayStation 3. I sold it to my daughter and for my granddaughters after a few years, and I bought PlayStation 4. I tried it for a few weeks, and I returned it to, I think it was Amazon.
Yeah, I have. I used to have the Atari. I used to play that all the time. Space Invaders, the race cars. It was fun, but now I was like maybe younger than that. I was used to play that on the TV when we had the tube TVs, you know.
I grew up in the days where we did like go to the shopping center and have a slot car track system or store, and you'd have your slot cars and you'd race, things like that. Matter of fact, I mentioned this in a stream, Tasha's, when I went to Graceland and toured this past year. The back area of Graceland that is now the jungle room and the den is the jungle room. It used to be, the jungle room didn't used to be there. He added that on, if you look at pictures. But he's got a hall, big old giant hall, and he used to have all his albums on and stuff. And it's dark. He's got track lighting. Even back then, 1970s had track lighting beaming down at certain angles. And everything's painted black. Ceiling's black, walls are black, everything. That's called the Hall of Inspiration. He would always, before he went on concert, he walked in that hall. Anyway, what I'm getting at, that used to be the largest slot car track in the world in his house. Well, people don't know that. And I thought, wow, he liked slot cars. I did when I was a kid. And he's a lot older than I am. I was like 8 years old when I remember hearing him in the movies. So he was into slot cars too. He had actually in that area at one time when he first moved there, I had put the biggest slot car track. And I went, wow.
Now, who owns Graceland now? I know the wife and the daughter's dead. Now, who owns it?
It went to Riley Keough, the oldest daughter, 30-something-year-old actress now, which Elvis would be proud because Elvis wanted to act. That's one thing I think led to his demise. He really wanted to be a serious actor. He couldn't tour the world because of his stupid manager was not an American citizen, and he just kind of lost life. He didn't have no challenges in life, and I think life just literally he worked on when he would work, he'd work on autopilot. Is what I've heard.
I heard that Graceland was bankrupt from the other daughter, that Marie.
No, it was almost bankrupt a few years after Elvis died. They only had he had about. At the time, they said he was worth about $200,000. I think at the time, $275,000, $250,000. Before Vernon died, it took $500,000 a year, $500,000 a year just to keep Graceland up because it's bigger. It's only about 14 acres, 13 point something. But you got to figure you got to have groundskeepers, you got lights, you got backup generators, you got horses. It was also a ranch, and it took a lot of money. So when Vernon almost spent it out, he turned it over to Priscilla, which people still question that. Then she turns it into a museum, and that kind of ticked the family off. And the Smith family, don't even go there anymore because it disgusts them because it's turned into this public thing. To them, it was a home, and it was a place Elvis loved, and they think and I understand how they feel on it. I think it's, but they had to do something in order to keep that house in the family because they could not afford it anymore.
You had to make money to do it.
Yeah, it took so much money, $500,000 a year, just to keep it going. So I think Vernon had $5 million. He went through almost all of it before he died. He died in 1979. I was there in 1979, talked with Vester Presley, his brother. And I didn't see Vernon. And I think a few months later, weeks, he died after I visited Graceland. Now, I didn't go in. Dodger was still living there. Vester Presley was the gate guard back in 1958, 59, 60, all through the 60s, through the 70s and everything. He was the guy on the golf cart. He ran the security for Elvis, his own uncle. He was a nice guy. I told him, I said, I grew up with Elvis. I said, watching his movies. I said, didn't realize what he meant to rock and roll, though. I didn't know at the time. I didn't. I knew he was did movies in the 60s because I was a kid.
Who's the old guy that takes care of the land? They claim you look like Elvis. Who's the old guy with the hair?
I seen that picture. That's just internet gossip crap. Tabloid. I call it more tabloid tabloid idiocy. Everything's tabloid news now, especially even with the internet. Now it's gotten even worse.
Who was the guy that showed them on YouTube? Who was it? The guy?
I think he's probably worked on the grounds or something at the time, or visiting or something. I don't know the story. But they do all kinds of stuff. Even in my day, it was the National Enquirer. Now on the internet, it's you see this stuff.
Some guy caught him on the grounds and he asked him, "Who are you?" And he said, "You look like Elvis." And when he said it, he turned his back. The guy took off.
There's a thing out there in the American psychic that, let me put it this way. Elvis was so connected to so many different generations, and he was very beloved, admired entertainer because he grew up poor as a snake. He had principles, at least. He wasn't an idiot. He always said, yes, sir, no, ma'am. And he gave most of his money away. That's why he was about broke. And he was admired a lot. Yeah, and
people didn't refuse he died. They can't.
And people, what I'm getting at, yeah, they can't. They hate that. They can't think of that. They can't imagine and accept that Elvis Presley did die, and he did die.
They think that. So every time they see some, they think it's him.
Yeah, because what it was, he changed popular culture so much back in for at least the rock and roll generation. I mean, like John Lennon of the Beatles says, without Elvis, before Elvis, there was nothing. Nothing. There was no young people music. There was nothing. It was just all pops, classical.
And then they have this other guy on YouTube. Now, he's a pastor, right?
Yeah.
And someone looks like Elvis, but they say, "Oh, he's Elvis." I say, Elvis died.
I do know his name. God, I can't think of his name now, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's got a good voice. He's got talent. Here's the problem. And see, it still haunts you. The only one person I know of in the 1970s that was able to sing like Elvis actually made it to superstardom or to fame I wouldn't say superstardom, but fame. And that's Ronnie McDowell. The king is gone.
Oh, I know. Remember that.
Outside of that, if you were as good as Elvis Presley singing or close to it, you would never go nowhere because there's only one Elvis. That's just the way it was. You could have a talent, and the industry would not touch you, Wayne.
Listen, Elvis. He sang that song, but he kept on calling the radio station saying, "Oh, Elvis didn't die." Remember that?
Yeah, I know. He represented so many young people, with the music and influenced it with his style.
He had so much drugs in his system. How can you not live?
Yeah, and
so clogged up.
I try not to judge him on the drugs, and I'll tell you why.
Well, I didn't judge him. I said he was.
Yeah, I know. I don't let me explain. I don't mean judge him. You're not, but we all think that. But even my brother one day told me here a while back, says, "Yeah, he's nothing but old drug addict." And I says, "No, you don't understand it. Back in his day, he believed that that medicine, you trusted doctors. If you had a pain, they help you. If you need
doctors were giving the medicine, there were other kind of doctors, and they kept giving him. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't relax. He kept taking these pills, and all of a sudden he was so clogged up it killed him.
And back in the 50s, 60s, 70s too, doctors when they had a star as a patient, they literally could never say no. I mean, they whatever. If you said, "I'm hurting bad, my hip on stage is killing me."
He had glaucoma problems. His eyes were messed up. He was losing his eyesight.
Yeah, and actually, he could never see on stage because of lights. Most time he couldn't even see the audience. They would tell him, if you watch the video, they'll say, "Be careful, the stage is very shallow. You'll step off on it."
That's why he wore the sunglasses over his face because he couldn't. Mm-hmm. He had something. The light was bothering his eyes.
Yeah, what happened with him though? Through my research, he got a hold of a Vegas doctor, and they injected him with Demerol and prednisone for a lumbar L4 spine problem, and maybe some other pains. But he did fall in 1967. He fell on a movie set, and he was out about a week or two on a movie. And it was so bad that he probably should have seen a doctor. And they think it rattled a little bit of his brain loose, and it got a hold of his immune system. And it did an autoimmune problem with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's something. I mean, it's out there. Is it true? Who knows? But I'd say it makes sense.
My brother David has his book, so I don't know. I asked him about that afterwards.
Mm-hmm. But problem is that Priscilla does a show. She comments on a show here a few years ago. If you watch it, called The Searcher. She said Elvis was in uncharted territory with what his problem was. And his problem was those 9 shots a day of Demerol. And because once you get hooked on that stuff, my father was in an injury back in the, before I was ever born. And back then they gave you what was it? What I'm trying to think. What's that drug? What's the old drug? Wayne, you probably know what morphine.
Morphine,
And
yeah.
boy, yeah. So as a kid, my mom even told me, said, "Yeah, your dad got hooked on morphine one time in a hospital." I said, "Okay," but a lot of people over the years get hooked on morphine and hospitalization. Used to at one time, really bad on surgeries. They'd get physically.
Have a good day.
So it's kind of common, more common than people think.
I can't take Robitussin with codeine. It made me high as a kite. My body couldn't digest it. I was bad.
Yeah.
I was up in cloud 9. I couldn't get down. They give me a shot to bring me down.
I will say this though, his death though was covered up. I knew that in 1977. I figured it.
Whose death was covered up?
Elvis, when he initially died, because Joe Esposito said before he died that he burned a suicide note. Joe Esposito, that was his right-hand man. I've been with him to the end. Joe was very loyal to him. He said he wrote in a letter, a note there was said nobody knew that. He said what it would do, he could not let his father see it or the public know it because it would destroy his legacy and his family, which is his father. His father would have fell dead if he had known it. So that's a little story. If you want to look it up, you'll find out there. Take a research, you'll see.
But killed himself?
Joe Esposito was the one that called him Diamond Joe, Memphis Mafia. He made his appointment. He's the one that found him he's the one they called downstairs. He's the one that ran up. He handled all Elvis's checks. Well, and Vernon did that, but he at one time did do some, who was it? Marty Lacker did some checks. But Joe Esposito would do the scheduling, just whatever Elvis needed. He would do it. He ran up there. He's the one that found him. And he said he said this before he died. He said it was a suicide note. He says, I'm ashamed. I can't quit drugs. The worst thing that happened in my life was losing Priscilla. And my body has betrayed me.
Oh, really?
Now, you got to understand why he thought that. That's kind of vain, right? Think about it. But his image was everything that made him money. But was he stuck up? No, he wasn't. He was not an arrogant guy. No. But his image meant everything to him because he knew that's what made him wealthy. The talent, everything combined. Yeah, and it bugged him because people spoke to him years ago when he was younger, and they actually told him. I think it was Paul Anka said, "Elvis, one day you're going to be an old man because you want to live to be old, and you're going to have to accept it."
He went and dried out before he got off.
Who's that?
Elvis Presley. He got off the drugs. He dried out. He was fine. He came back and.
Yeah, he would dry out like for Aloha from Hawaii. He was clean. Been clean for like several months. Yeah. He would go through, when he would get where there was no challenge or nothing and he couldn't sleep, he would get back, like that again. But he had insomnia too. He couldn't sleep. And that got, since he was a kid. And when you perform, you can't go on stage with no sleep. So what do? Think about that. What would you do if you could make $1 million or $500,000 in a night or 50,000, say? Right? You're going to take something to put you to sleep so you can get up and make your money to keep your grandmother up, your father. He paid his father $75,000 a year in income to write the checks. And he employed like 300 people at times. 300. Yeah. So when you ever see the TCB, taking care of business, that's what he was talking about. He had everybody depending on it. It was basically like a corporation almost.
Oh, okay.
It was a business, taking care of business. And that's why that TCB is around with the flash. I think it was, who was it that come up with that? I can't remember if it was Billy's wife or was it Linda Thompson? I don't think it was Linda Thompson. I can't remember now. I forget the story on that. So I won't go there if I don't know what I'm talking about on it.
All right, I'm going to get off here, so I'll see you again, all right?
Man, enjoyed it. You all have a good one aside yet. Good talking to you, Wayne. Take care.
I'm glad you got your numbers gone now.
Yeah, I couldn't feel nothing right there. Wild. But have a good one, guys.
Yeah, have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Everybody, I'll see you tonight on Custom Screen Printing at 6 o'clock. I'll be back on live again. So when I come over, Elliot, you're welcome to come back up tonight.
Thank you. And I'm going to try. I'm going to try to stream it probably Thursday night at 8:05 Eastern time.
Yeah.
So check me out there and have a good one.
All right.
Take
Bye.
care, man. Bye.